Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Frozen Frontier.
All right. So I guess there's nothing to loot on the body, right? It all just disappears.
There's no body. It's a ghost.
Yeah.
Then it gets you back to
It's
looting the
not
brothel.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Well, in like video games, ghosts always leave behind like a little orb of grey stuff that has loot.
That's because video games are stupid.
Oh look, this ghost left behind a small orb of grey stuff, and there's an axe in it.
Yeah. Video games are dumb.
The ghost dissipates into a fine jelly, and 3 swords and rubies fall out.
Yeah. No, we go and search the brothel.
So this looks like a pretty nice brothel, right? Like very fancy and nice furniture in it.
Yes.
I'm expecting
has
to find a
Ferris visited many brothels in his life?
No.
Okay. This is probably the nicest building you've ever been in, actually. Literally,
But I'm saying that it looks upbeat, right? It's got like nice furniture and everything in it. It looks like a reasonably well taken care of environment. That's why I'm thinking it's probably got a decent amount of money in it. Because I know upper class places are a little expensive.
I'd like to actually pose that same question to Yaromir Grimes and Kel William. Have any of you ever attended a brothel in any way? You know,
I think Grimes has appeared on stream in a brothel. So at age like 12. So yes, Grimes has frequented many brothels in many capacities.
I'm
Grimes-
sure William's been in brothels before.
wow. Yaromir?
But, you know, for like...
I don't think Yaramir's purchased services in a brothel.
Yeah, but like, bad shit goes down in brothels, right?
Sure.
So I was still talking about William, but I mean, like, you might have to go there to capture some criminals and stuff like
I'm
that.
sure that's what you tell your wife. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I think I've probably seen a brothel. I know what they are.
yeah.
Like I've stayed in the cities, but I think Yaramir's been fairly asexual since his wife was murdered.
Right. Which, by the way, is a great story if you guys haven't seen Yaromir's flashbacks. They're pretty solid. So, for all of you that have been inside, this is, a scale above, a class above the brothels you've attended. Even for you, Kel William, this place is like Swanksville.
Even
Jackpot.
1,500 years later, what things have withstood the test of time?
It seems to
marble
all have been.
pillars and
It seems to all have been preserved. There are gorgeous, intricate carpets that have like stories because there's people like sewn into it that circle around the outside.
So
that tells like a story of, a man and a woman falling in love and getting it on with like further decorations in
pictorial
the
depictions showing their honeymoon phase.
and there's very like the china that's being used and
then it like
the
traces
glasses
their
and
marriage
mugs.
through to the midlife crisis, and then there's like weird
No,
orgies.
it's just the honeymoon.
and,
It's just the honeymoon.
okay.
Or maybe it's
never tell
a
you the
person
full
being
story.
hired for the service.
I
There's like
see.
nice big
Spice things
heavy
up,
drapes. Yeah. There's these like satin drapes that come down with this beautiful deep red color that appears to not have been bothered by time. So the trappings of this place are quite fine. Most
So
of it's too heavy to take out with you, and it's probably not worth taking home. Like that set of drapes is probably worth like 2,000 copper, but the drape's like 40 pounds. So like, that might not be worth it. The easily available treasure and gold that you can find, because there is gold just like sitting out on counters and in like a temporary lockbox.
Sorry, do you say
behind
200,000 copper for the drapes at 40 pounds?
He said 4,000.
something like that.
I'm on the lookout specifically for pearls. Like if there's a string of pearls that a woman would wear or something like jewelry.
Okay. You find 700 gold coins just kind of lying around in various places after you spend a few hours searching the place. There's 3 floors to this after all. You find 45 pounds of easily transportable art objects. Grimes, you want to give me an appraisal check? Or maybe I should give you the appraisal check behind closed doors. Let me roll your appraisal check for you.
Sure. My skill is 9.
Thank you. You estimate this to be about 170,000 copper worth of art objects that weigh 45 pounds.
So we're at about 240,000 in this place so far.
Nice.
Can you say
And-
that number on the art value again?
170,000
170,000.
at 45
you.
pounds of art objects.
So this is all of the very obvious stuff. And if ever you could probably scrape a little bit more out of here if you didn't have to worry about transporting it long distances. Because there's like a carpet, and that carpet's probably worth a couple thousand copper, but that carpet also is like 45 pounds, and it's fucking heavy.
We can load
Probably
it
with
onto
more
Zaaz's
than that,
ship.
you sell that to some rich noble. Tell them it's a Caldonian relic that's 1,500 years old.
Maybe? Yeah.
Get 10 times that price.
So
maybe.
we have 52 pounds of treasure so far at 240,000 copper in value.
52 You should have 59 pounds. 700
It's
gold
sev-
coins is 50 coins
It's-
to the pound?
I thought it was 100 coins to the pound.
50
Isn't
coins
that-
to the pound.
Okay. Then yeah, it's
Been
gonna be 14
generous.
instead. So
I think, Greg, are you
59,
keeping
yeah.
track of this on a spreadsheet?
I am, yeah, you can see it down below the party funds. I have
there
the
we go.
back of the amount that was stolen by the gnolls and given to the dragon. And under that, we have the gold coins and copper, and here's the weight. We didn't have a weight approximate on the gold that was stolen, so I have no weight.
Yeah. So that's good.
Also, can I get a perception check from everyone in the party as they search this for maybe hidden treasure, hidden compartments, anything like that?
no, I'm not on today.
Oh, yes!
Oh, thank the lords that Kel William is here. You're
Grimes
walking
is too-
around.
Oh, I was okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just say Grimes. I think is too afraid to touch anything. Like the fact that everything is so well preserved. I don't think he puts a
I think
hand on
Ferris is
anything. I think
just
he's
too busy.
poking it all with like the end of his crossbow or the back of a dagger. But yeah.
I think Ferris is too
I don't
busy like
inspect
prying
closely enough.
frozen coins off of things to really pay attention. He's just like,
Chat suggests that Ferris is going through the corpses and pulling out gold teeth.
God. William, you're back behind the main bar counter. You've already taken out this like temporary small lockbox that easily opened up and had some gold coins in it. But there's like a squeaky section to the floor that feels really out of place in this otherwise fairly nice building. And you can find a little edge to one of these floorboards right up against the section of the bar that comes open very nicely, and set into the ground is a safe.
Oh, yes. I pull the safe out.
It's heavy, but you are strong, so it's not a problem.
I lift it out and I take a look at it. It's locked, right?
It's locked.
I look around behind the desk for a key.
There's no key lying in plain sight.
Is
Maybe
there
it's
a-
on one of these people. Maybe
Yeah.
it's not on
Has
one of these
anyone
people.
ventured upstairs?
Grimes!
Yes.
I need you. Come here.
I mean, we're assuming we've gone through the whole building.
I just wanted to make sure because there were
Nice.
3 stories and like a bunch of rooms up there.
Yes.
So, like,
yeah, I think this like is us going through the whole place.
Yes,
Yeah.
you've searched the whole place. Grimes?
Yeah, nice find there, Captain. I knew a place like this had to have a safe that keep the good stuff.
You just gotta know where to look. Here, do you think you can get this open?
Perhaps. Do I have? I never got actual thief picks, did I? Or was that some? Let me see what I've got.
You probably should have thought about that.
Not
Well,
get thieves picks.
I can't exactly requisition thieves tools from my my captain, can I? So I think I'm getting a penalty for improvising.
As you explain this to me, I'm just like, why wouldn't you get thieves' tools?
Lockpicks aren't inherently thieves' tools.
Well, yeah.
Locksmiths would need those as well, wouldn't they?
Why call them thieves' tools? There's your mistake.
You need lockpicks. Lockpicking tools.
is there
Locksmith
some
tools.
way I could help with a magic like bind? Where like if he said I need this type of shape, we could get some wire and so that we can like negate or have or improve that penalty.
idea.
Ooh, what spell were you proposing to use?
Bind. It usually lets you command rope to make specific actions, but given a non-combat situation, wire is rope-like, and I could command it to put itself in the shape that he requires.
Yeah, that will work. If you can find a little bit of wire and you have a bind spell on hand, you can make thieves picks for him.
So I assume that there's definitely wire in a brothel, like sheets, in ladies' hair nets or hair clips.
Oh, yeah.
Or
You find there are a few sets of pearl earrings around this place to answer your other question.
Oh,
and if
awesome.
you rip the pearls out, the hooks for the earrings can be shaped into wire or wire.
And if he doesn't find anything good enough, Ferris is going to be going out anyways, looking for a crowbar, just in case we need a backup plan.
Right.
And I'll pick up any wire I see when I go out as well.
Do you have a bind spell on you right now, Yarmir?
I do, yeah.
Nice.
There you go. Grimes, you have thieves' picks. Add them to your character sheet.
Is that permanent or is that just
Permanent. They've been permanently shaped this way, yes.
Great.
Yarmir making shit for everyone.
Do I find a crowbar anywhere, Neal? Like
No.
barging
We
through some
not
houses?
bring a crowbar with us. Like I bought a bunch of.
Unless William has it, I don't think we have a crowbar.
This is
yeah.
why we need a second sled, one that I just
Yeah.
outfit with gear.
All right.
Once we get the dogs pulling them for us.
So
I think-
what is your check? What is your skill in lockpicks?
15. So I think after sitting down with William and Yarmir and talking through the lock, and then Yarmir magically creating the perfect tool for the job, I should be able to figure out up to an excellent lock.
Yes. All right. So you work at this thing, and about 6 minutes later, the lock clicks and clacks and opens up.
Nice work,
and
Grimes.
In this strong box, you can count out 2,000 gold coins
Whoa.
and 300 platinum coins.
Oh.
It's worth noting that there's not a single silver or copper piece anywhere in this brothel, nor
Whoa.
any iron pieces.
You know,
In fact, you haven't
These
seen any iron
people-
pieces anywhere.
there could be nobility in some of these. Like, some of these bodies could be nobles. Maybe in their clothes there might be letters or rings on their
I get that.
fingers.
Sorry, I was trying to interject in between. Can I get that plat number again?
300 platinum, 2,000 gold.
I think we should thaw all the bodies.
Neal, did the art object count include jewelry from looted corpses?
Yes, it did.
That's something you assumed that we already did.
Yes. I assumed you looted everything possible.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So there's nothing else to be found by thawing the bodies? Like
There's
loot.
nothing obvious. Maybe someone swallowed a dagger? I don't know. Why don't you
What
try
if
it?
somebody had like a letter in their pocket, in like a jacket? We wouldn't have got that right.
Correct. You would not have gotten any letters or anything like
Neal,
that.
what does platinum convert to gold-wise?
200 to the copper.
200 to the copper, so
Yeah.
2 to the gold then.
Yeah.
God. Sleep must have so much gold.
200.
So you should have 105 pounds of loot by my calculations.
Yep, that's what I came up with too.
So that's
And-
6
and
pounds.
You should
Did
have
we ask-
6 pounds.
500,000 copper worth. Is that what you got, Greg?
I left
I'm adding it up right now.
I left it on. I left it 700, 2,700 gold and 300 platinum because we haven't officially turned it in yet.
Okay. Cool.
I have
left
it at
in
500,000.
pieces in case we have to make a choice.
Cool.
It's at 500,000 for value right now.
Yeah.
And did we add the lockbox to the sled? Is that something we want to carry around?
The lockbox, I guess, has
Is it
some
built in
amount of
floor?
value to it, but it's not really.
But it is a decent container.
As a lock, I mean, would we want to lock our own loot
Can you
Oh,
relock it?
caches? No, but I think it would take
I mean, you just
some
picked it,
minutes
right?
every time. I think I will have to
Yeah.
pick and unpick it to lock and unlock it.
correct.
I mean, we're not,
So
as long as we just
take-
keep valuables in there, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can always pick it.
It takes time,
It
yeah.
takes time.
Let's keep the coins in there then. The gold, right? And the platinum. Why not?
59. 99.
As well put the other 700 gold in
100
it.
We have 105 pounds of treasure, right? I'm doing all this math myself.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. What do you think we should thaw the bodies? See if they melt like those other ones.
Yes.
I think we should do it.
Do that.
Let's
We should do it one at a time.
Agreed.
And also, I want to make specific search. Last time when Grimes and I were running for our lives through the brothel, there was like a big room on the 3rd floor It looked kind of like a grand chamber or something. Maybe it was just like where the good clients got to go. But I want to like specifically check that room because if like that was the matron's quarters, we might be able to find something better there.
Sure. Okay. You head up into that room, and I don't remember the description I gave for it beforehand, so if there are inconsistencies, I apologize.
Okay.
But in this room, there is a single male figure and 3 female figures, all frozen in the throes of passion.
Do any of them look like the ghost, actually?
Give me a charisma check.
Yeah. How about 28?
The male figure resembles the ghost.
Interesting.
Let's thaw him first, then maybe.
No. Hold on, in character. No, William, I do not wish to thaw this one out first. If he was the ghost, then I think studying him as is might prove more fruitful.
If you say so, but he's most likely to be nobility as well, so...
Then you don't want to destroy him.
Actually, if he's naked, I don't care. Because, like, I want to check his clothes and stuff like that. Like, I'd like to find if there's any letters or anything that people have written.
He is wearing no clothing.
Yeah, alright. I'm not bothered about him, then. Okay, so,
There's a possibility he could be coming back. We should probably not rest here for the night, and I imagine we're getting somewhat close to sundown at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get back to the fort.
And William, it might be worth considering just using the rest of this time to rest. We have quite a bit of weight on us now with all this treasure, and frankly, this is what, half of what we've made the entire expedition.
No, I think we can't just waste it all the time. We have to bring it with us.
Did we make? How much have we brought back for the thing? It's like 1.2 million, right?
1.3, I think. Oh yeah, so this is actually quite a good
this
find.
is like 50% of what we found over the entire expedition so far.
Well, we're only going to be giving 75% of that, so...
Oh, right, that was 1.3 after you took out your 25% that you...
so...
Still low. It's more than a third.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. But I think we should at least go to the lumber mill. We can just leave some more food back in the fort and take the wealth with us. Let's throw some bodies out tonight. Let's get some good sleep and leave in the morning.
So I have a couple of non-weapon proficiencies that might help in the study of this corpse. Of arcanology, and I have folklore. Can I consult one of those in some in narrative? Like I want to create some kind of ritual, maybe using my bones, or maybe drawing some kind of arcane glyph in the study of this corpse. But can I see if this if the ghost is put to rest, or if it's still bound to this corpse in some way, it might come back?
Sure. Tell me what spells, if any, would you like to use in this, and describe your ritual to me.
Okay, well, I don't have any first level spells that make a ton of sense here.
Ooh, we lost Ryan.
I think... I think that, I'm going to do... the sepia snake sigil as this pattern beneath the ground. I don't have the material components for it, but I'm invoking that magic since it's specifically new to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it is it's the most non-hit. I used up bind, and then I took acid arrow and levitated pattern in my second levels. I used up all my magic missiles and shield. Yeah, I think it's just the best one I can do at this moment, unless levitate is better. And I create this pattern, right, and use it as the focus point of the ritual as I examine the body.
Okay. Give me... No, I'll just make your checks in secret.
All right.
You might want to move on the cameras a little bit, because we can definitely get into a point where we're all in frame.
Yes, if you can... If you go left, there you go, you're good. And Nick, you go right. And Greg, you go down and right.
That's the wrong way. So this is the right
No,
way.
you're good. You're all good now. Everyone's in the right spot, except they're in other people's cameras. Actually, I'm only the one wrong camera spot. All right. Ooh, that's actually a good roll for you. You're fairly attuned to the supernatural at this point. You have had weird voices whispering in your head. You've kind of walked through mists, which have kind of screwed with your sense of time. You've experimented with the dead and binding elementals to your will. With this semi-failed casting of Sepia Snake's sigil, since there's no components here, you find yourself reaching out to something somewhere, and it's more of just like an empty void. You reach out throughout this room, and it's other than your own presence here, it just kind of feels empty.
Interesting. Okay. I guess after flitting about the room for some time and coming to the conclusion that it's empty, I guess the ritual kind of just comes to an end, and feel kind of confident that that at least it's not bound to this corpse. Perhaps then, like, I'm more willing to thaw this one out if William's intent on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not bothered if it's not got clothes.
Let's see. William, can you list for us your non-weapon proficiencies?
Yes. It's an odd question, Neal. Land riding, etiquette, heraldry, reading and writing, animal handling, and jumping.
Okay.
Why?
Would you please make me a heraldry check to see if you can recognize any of the symbols or sigils on the pile of clothes near these 4 dead people? Hey, he's
22.
back. Yes.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
What's up, Ryan?
Not much. I don't know what I did. My modem decided to restart itself, or maybe I kicked it and didn't realize. I'm back.
All you missed was stuff that you would have been out of the room for anyway because you're scared of Yaromir's magic. So
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
We should probably redo cams really fast because we're all in the wrong spots.
We are. We'll fix it in a bit.
Okay.
William, you recognize the sigil in this pile of clothes over here as the royal seal of the house that ruled Caledonia some time ago.
So
it looks like this male figure here with these people is somehow related to the royal family.
wow. Okay, so I'll take the jacket or whatever it is that's got the sigil embroidered on it.
Sure. I mean, it's like a frozen jacket, so you'll have to like thaw it out if you want to carry it around, other than like as an awkward block of ice.
Yeah, definitely. I go back up to Yaramir's room then and just make a second check of all of the desks or anything in that room to see if he's like, left anything written or perhaps left anything that might not have seemed valuable at first glance, but given that it was made by some of the royal family, it might be.
No, there's not much here. There are the occasional writings, but there's nothing that looks like it would be particularly interesting. No one's coming to brothels to write fun letters or interesting letters to anyone. It's...
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So does that house still exist?
No. All the people in Caledonia vanished when 1,500 years ago.
Yeah, but what about like if one of them had, like a woman had married someone of another house, like a man of another house?
They would have been folded into that line, and 1,500 years later... I mean, it's like, does anyone of Charlemagne's family still exist? Probably, but who can trace their lineage back to Charlemagne?
I'm sure somebody claims that they can, but yeah.
Yeah, but it would be that same level of claim.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll take anything else that I can find with that sigil on it.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to stop your cameras and turn them on in that order. Perfect, wonderful. Good job, everyone, except for Nick. Good.
Good job, everyone.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to do in this very comfortable but spooky brothel? You said you wanted to thaw bodies?
I think we'll just carry a few back to the keep.
Whoa, why are we carrying? Let's just thaw them outside.
So we need to start a fire, and we're going to be starting a fire out there anyway.
Just do it outside. I don't want to melt these bodies in the keep.
I don't have a jar anymore.
We don't want them turning to goop inside the place that we sleep.
Yeah, I meant like in the courtyard or something.
William, just go chop some firewood. You can chop plenty.
Oh, fine. Get the tinder boxes ready.
Shit, let me do it. I'm better at this than you are, surprisingly enough.
Fine, you do it then.
Are there containers in the brothel? Like, are there like old wine bottles or something I can find?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Okay.
What are you trying to
get? I'm gonna get. Well, how many wine bottles can I find? Maybe that could be my new jar.
Hundreds.
Do any of them have corks? Any way to
Yes.
stopper them?
Yes. Many of them
Okay.
are unopened.
All right. I think it's reasonable to say that I take like 3 or 4 of them. Let's say 4. The 4 is a lot. Wine bottles are big and uncomfortable. Like, we'll say I'll take 2.
Mm-hmm.
2 wine bottles.
It's a shame that wine spoils.
Well, it's also frozen, you know?
Yeah, but that's maybe it's actually all right.
I can pour out whatever's inside and then like use it to hold liquid or something and stopper
Sure.
it up. Right?
You'll have
Yeah,
to
but-
you'll warm the wine up, it'll melt, and you can uncork it and shake it out. It'll be fine.
It's probably good wine, guys. Let's test it before we just
I
go
think
through it.
My
100
internet's
years.
sputtered, but this is not how you can't freeze wine and defrost it and expect it to be high quality.
Yeah, no.
It'll
Like
probably
even
be
high quality wine still
But
spoils after
you-
a while.
you
1,500
ruined the
years
wine.
might be a bit past its
I
expiration
mean, probably still better than no wine.
The
That
wine
is depending on how much of an alcoholic you are.
well, we'll drink it and roll a grub skill.
I will try.
It may be the same sort of thing as the tapestries, where like if we sell it off as
Yeah.
antique. So maybe
as
not
1500-year-old Caledonian wine, there may be people that would pay just for that.
There's a
you
James
imagine-
Cameron
but
of the
it's
world who
gonna-
wants your ancient wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's gonna taste like shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they found a bottle of wine from Atlantis? That'd sell for loads.
I mean, they did find bottles of wine from the Titanic, and there was some sale of those, I think, right?
I mean,
Am I
honestly,
crazy?
the bottle of wine might just go into an art object at that point.
yeah.
I feel like that's because it definitely does have that like antique value to it that you could sell to a collector.
Although, do people want to be buying antiques in a time of war?
Why
Yeah.
not?
Also, the population of Caledonia or of Drekis is pretty small. It's like 300,000 total. So the market for these things is pretty small. Mostly, you would be
I mean,
exporting
if
it
you,
across
if you
the whole country.
expand to Eridon, though, yeah,
Well, but there's a war with Eridon currently.
that's true.
Yeah.
Because the one thing you do when demons start invading is attack your neighbor as a grab for power.
Well,
When you're
You're
queen,
act-
come back to me.
you're,
I know
you're
it was
missing
neat.
info here.
All
I know
I'm
it
saying
was
is it's just
amazing.
more proof that humanity needs to be destroyed.
Don't question
Ferris-
the will
Ferris
of the
had it
great
right all
Ferris.
Yeah,
Show some
I know
respect.
I know it was
Can't
Nate
wait for
saying-
the day that Van Helsing argues with Ferris about the merits of the human race.
So I know I was
Van Helsing walks away. God, I hate elves.
I told you they're just like tall dwarves.
Grimes, you're trying to say something.
Yeah. So I know I was like poo-pooing on the idea of this wine being of quality, but the more I think about it, the more I do actually think that sounds like a reasonable plan, at least for Grimes. Right? So I would like to find luxury goods that could be sold at an unreasonable markup, marketed as if they were like 1500-year-old Caledonian blah blah blahs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll grab a few of those things actually. So
Sure.
you said there were bottles of wine about, and
A lot of bottles of wine. Hundreds of them.
that's probably the most obvious thing that I can think of. I don't know
Yeah,
if there's
I don't
any
think
other-
you
Maybe
want
some
a
of like the drapes and tapestries. Like if any of them have like very like there were ancient heraldry symbols on those, right?
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff.
Like
that-
there's probably like drapes themselves wouldn't sell for much, but like drapes that are embroidered with like very specific things that relate to the Caledonian continent. That's
and
probably
there's
a collector's item.
carpets and there's paintings and stuff. There are things that could be of value but that aren't explicitly valuable to the crown. Things that you would have to like see
Sell.
what the market will bear.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm not
I mean,
gonna give
honestly,
you
we could give those to Zaaz at that point because
Yeah.
she is a merchant.
So anything that's like really heavy and not that expensive, we can just store in the keep. We don't have to keep it with us, and then when Zaz picks it up, we can put it on the ship.
Yeah, I think I'll prep a couple of cases of wine, either down by the docks or leave them in the brothel or something, but just have them boxed and ready for when the ship
Let's
returns.
keep it all with the food in the keep
Okay.
Okay.
in one place, right? Yeah.
Sure.
You guys bring all the goods back to the keep that you can. The sun does set. And we will close out this day. Oh god, my ink has run. And we will come back.
We thaw a body. Does it melt?
Where are you thawing this body?
Outside
Just
of
like-
the brothel.
Sure,
Ferris
yeah.
went and chopped a bunch of firewood. In fact, Neal, I want to like chop some excess firewood in case a blizzard rolls in.
Yeah.
Sure.
And just start a bonfire in the street and like lay a body next to it.
Yeah.
Are
Alright.
we eating the food at night from our supplies in the
For
fort?
today, yes, because I haven't foraged anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
And don't forget the dog's Greg. 5 pounds.
Yarmir
5 pounds
melts
a
10, sorry.
some wine and empties it out. And then you guys begin to thaw. Is it anybody in particular or just the closest one?
I think
to the
any
door?
of them. Yeah, we want to see what happens to them.
Yeah.
I think I might be the one doing this stuff, right? Like I'm kind of the.
Sure. I mean, Ferris probably builds the
Sarah.
fire for you because I have that proficiency. I can build like a really nice, controlled bonfire for you. But
Alright,
you
so-
probably do all the body stuff yourself.
So once again, as you place a hand or a limb or whatever it is that you're placing near the fire, as the ice around it melts and the body begins to thaw, just like this liquefied inside pours out of the warmed up thawed area.
I would like to bottle some of that if possible.
You can bottle liquid flesh.
I was gonna like fill up like 3/4 of a wine bottle in case it like expands or does something weird so that there's space, and then I'm gonna cork that.
I like to imagine the face is just like gushing out liquid flesh and he's just like collecting it like it's coming out of a faucet.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Can I? I have anatomy and healing, which I guess technically isn't medicine, but like, can I?
Healing is medicine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Healing, yeah.
Can I determine if this is like some kind of natural process or if it seems to be magical?
Give me a healing check.
You also have arcanology, right?
I do have arcanology, yes.
Okay. So this does look to you kind of like someone who has a really what's it called? There's a term for this. It's not
Necrosis.
no cyst. It's not a cyst. It's Oh god, what's it called when like your insides begin to liquefy because you've got like a bacterial infection and it's closed up?
I don't know.
No idea.
There's a term. Oh god. Where are the doctors and nurses in chat?
Save us.
Sepsis, thank
Sepsis?
you. That's
Okay.
the thing, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
This
But
looks
it
like
does-
the sepsis goo.
So Yaramir kind of comes to the conclusion that whatever the magic is essentially preventing a natural process from occurring, and then as we de-thaw it, the magic is undone, and so a natural like process is sped up like instantaneously over time. And okay, very cool. Does Yaromir and the people of Arcadia have an understanding of bacteria? Is that a thing that they know exists?
No, not really.
Has microbiology been invented?
No, there's no microbiology.
Okay. Because I think like if you, but they do understand poison, so maybe he thinks the body has been poisoned either by time or nature or even like arcanely, but it's a natural reaction to like this poison in the body. Perhaps he thinks that the stuff in the bottle might be more akin to a poison than like a bacterial infection he can inflict on someone.
It's pretty gross.
Huh?
It's pretty gross.
Yeah, it is. I don't have detect magic, which is unfortunate. But the next thing I want to, can we like chop this? We don't need to chop the body up. We have lots of bodies.
So, can I drink some of this wine to like?
Make sure you grab the right bottle.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
But I think I probably had to. We had to drink some to clear out the bottle for him to.
Yeah.
I just poured mine out.
No. Oh, well, let's taste test it first.
You can get another bottle. There's infinite wine for your purposes today.
Be careful. We broke one. We schemed about breaking one economy with walls of iron. Don't let me break another with infinite.
All right. There's not actually infinite, but there's no shortage of wine for today's purposes, so you can drink some more.
How does it taste? How bad is it?
It's not great. It's really not great. You can make me a grub skill check at -5
To like stomach it. I don't think I have a grub
to see if you can enjoy it. You don't.
Can we roll 3d6?
No, actually, only Yaramir has a grub skill.
I do have a grub skill.
How do you?
Grub skill is 7, but I'm not drinking that wine.
3d6 for your no 3d6, buddy. Always 3d6.
Oh, Grimes has a weak stomach.
You're just very picky about your food.
Shit, maybe it is bad wine.
Oh, I do the best I can to stomach it, but it's awful. Do I like retch, Neal, or what's that?
No, I mean it's like if you're it's like the first time you have shitty vodka when you're young, and you're like, oh, I've got this like bottle of Sky, and you like take a shot of it thinking that it's gonna be easy, and it's just like disgusting. You're like, ugh. You don't retch, but it's just gross. Like it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough sell. We'll see if I can mix some sort of cocktail with it and rebottle it.
It's probably more valuable unopened, Grimes.
Yeah. It's a collector's item, not a literal drink.
Let the buyer beware.
All right. Let's okay, go on.
Last time I detected magic on the bodies, the skin was magical, but the goop wasn't. I don't know if I trust that. I'm probably gonna do that again now that I have a bottle of goop. But on the next body, I would like to spend some time with the owlbear feather quill and like diagram the symbol of. I guess the base of this symbol is the pointed star for detect magic, but I'm trying to apply the research I did over the last 2 weeks of binding. See if I could bind this magic to the entire body and then thaw it out and see if it prevents the gooping. See if I could make this magic like a solid, solidified form.
All right. You try it. You use the feather. You use your geometry symbols, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. You try and thaw the body again, and the same thing. That the insides begin to just flow until the whole body is just a shell.
Okay, I probably make notes on that, right? If I was doing this more scientifically, I would like chop pieces of the body up and try it on little pieces and yada yada yada. But
Right.
basically, I the first body was for collection purposes, and then the second was to like continue that research into magical binding. And so like you set up a success or failure on the chart, and that's like what I spend that time doing.
All right. You guys get back to the keep as the sun goes down, and you call it a day. And we're going to take our last break. This was a little bit of a short piece, but it's fine. And we'll see you guys on the other side with the end of today's Frozen Frontier. Bye-bye.